Hey everyone, thank you for clicking on today's video. Today we're going to be doing a clean with me. Cody is at work, so I thought I would surprise him and get the house all nice and clean so that way he can come home to a clean house because he does the same for me when he has a day off and I'm at work. So I'm going to be starting in the kitchen and just deep cleaning the kitchen and then doing some tidying up in the other rooms. The other rooms aren't too bad, but my kitchen desperately needs some good new organizing and deep cleaning and all that. So I hope this brings you some motivation to deep clean your own house, and let me know down below if you're going to be cleaning with me, and let's just go ahead and get started. So the first thing I'm starting with is the dishes. I find that when I'm cleaning my kitchen, doing the dishes first really helps because it makes the kitchen look half put together already. So I like to do them first, and tell me down below how you guys do your dishes. I know that running the water isn't necessarily the best in terms of like the environment, but that is how I prefer to do dishes. Do you guys run the water like I do? Do you stop it, in between each dish? If so, I applaud you. I don't think I have the patience for that. Or do you fill up your sink with soapy water? That is what my parents did growing up. They would fill the sink with hot soapy water and put the dishes in, and then they would wash them that way. So let me know down below how you do your dishes. And then next I am working on the counter. That is a cold brew pitcher, by the way. I was working on some cold brew. And this is something that I hadn't done in a while. I wanted to take out all of my kitchen utensils and kind of go through them. There are definitely some utensils I don't use on a regular basis. And because my utensil holder was just getting so full, I decided to go through what I use on a regular basis and keep that in the holder. And then what I didn't, I just put in one of my kitchen drawers. Just that way I can go to it when I need to use it, but it's not cluttering up my utensil holder. So that I found really helpful. Also, I didn't realize I owned 4 pairs of scissors. Like, isn't that kind of crazy? How many pairs of scissors do you guys own? I can't believe I own 2 of them are kitchen shears and then 2 of them are just regular scissors. But watching this back, I can't believe I have those. And then I took everything off the counter and gave it a good wipe down. This is something I don't do as much as I probably should. And if you are someone who feels like you hadn't done it in a while, maybe this will give you some motivation to go do it. It really doesn't take that long. I don't know why I don't do it more often, but I want to just get behind everything and make sure my counter was really clean. Something else I forget to do a lot is cleaning the actual inside of the air fryer. We do clean the basket every time we use it, but I forget to clean the heating elements, and that gets so built up with grease. So if you have forgotten, maybe take the time to take a wet rag to the coils. And now I'm working on the stove, and I only did the front 2 burners this time just because I really don't use the back 2 burners. It's really rare that I'm cooking more than 2 things at once, so the back burners really don't get used. So I just took off the ones that I do use and gave them a good scrub, and then I made sure to wipe around it. And this stove is actually pretty easy to put together. Now I'm just cleaning my microwave. I like to take the plate out first and clean that. And then I just take my sponge with the soapy water and I give it a good scrub. I find that's the best way to get everything out. And then I will just go in with either a paper towel or a rag to wipe it out. I'm too scared to use harsh chemicals in my microwave. I'm always worried that they will catch on fire for some reason. So I like to just use plain soap and water. What do you guys use to clean your microwave? I've heard people use lemon juice, some people use vinegar. I do use a spray on the outside and the door of the microwave, but I get too scared to put any sort of chemical inside my microwave. Now comes the dreaded freezer task. My freezer was getting pretty disorganized. We have a bad habit of buying more freezer foods than our freezer will fit, especially because we have a Sam's Club membership, so like we like to buy a lot of frozen foods from there. And the problem is that this freezer really isn't big enough for the amount of stuff we buy, so we end up cramming stuff in there. And since finally we've been dwindling down our freezer collection, I decided to take everything out and reorganize it. I find that's just the best way to reorganize your fridge and freezer, just to take everything, if not almost everything, out and wipe out your freezer, and then just honestly just put it back in and just see what fits and what works best where. I find that that's just the best way to reorganize your freezer. Then, of course, my fridge looked probably worse than my freezer. Looking at this, I cannot believe how disorganized this fridge was. We honestly, we get to a point sometimes where when we grocery shop, we have a bad habit sometimes of just putting it away quickly and not taking the time to organize. So that's how this got so bad. So I wanted to take almost everything out, but a lot of the stuff I kept in just because there was so much. I think I had just gone grocery shopping actually when I was doing this, so I just wanted to get everything organized and have everything look neat. I know the biggest thing was cleaning out my fridge door, of all the condiments, because whenever we would shut the fridge, we always heard condiments falling off the fridge door, because the shelves on the fridge door, the bottom of them doesn't go out all the way, so all the time condiments are falling through the little crack. So I wanted to make sure to check dates, throw out what we honestly don't use, and also put bigger stuff in the front that's not going to slip through. And I will say it's been working pretty well to not have things fall down, so I'm really glad I took the time to do this. I honestly stopped filming just because I knew I was getting in the way of the camera, but I wanted to show you guys the end result. It doesn't look perfect, but it definitely looks better than it did before. Then last but not least, I just wanted to give the kitchen floor a good sweep. I didn't want to mop on this day just because Cody had just mopped the kitchen floor a couple days before, so I just wanted to make sure all the debris from the kitchen floor was cleaned up, so that helped really nice. And of course, I forgot to put a trash bag in our trash can. By the way, those Glad trash bags, we really do not like. They fall into the trash can all the time. What is a good brand of trash bags? Because we're always looking. Right now, we're using Great Value, and honestly, they've worked better than any name brand that we have bought in the past. So now we're going to do the living room. So I wanted to start out with my coffee table. If I haven't mentioned in a past video, this coffee table actually is from Amazon. I got it recently, and it's only $56, so I will have it linked down below if you're looking for a cheap piece of furniture. I think it looks really nice. We used to have this old rectangular one that came from Cody's apartment, and I told him, honestly, I wanted more grown-up furniture. So when I saw this on Amazon, I wanted to get it. It does only come in this color, so if you're not into this color, obviously this isn't going to be the one for you, but I really do like the way this looks. I think it looks so good in our living room now, and I just want to give it a good wipe down. And if you watched my last vlog, I showed this tray that I bought from Salvation Army. And I actually spray painted it that color, that cream color. It was just a regular glass one. And I think it looks so nice. And I can't wait. We're going to be going to Hobby Lobby and TJ Maxx soon to look for fall decorations. And I want to get like little knickknacks or something to put on that tray. What's something you guys think I should put on there for like decoration purposes? Okay, real talk, our kitchen table has just become our catch-all. We really do not eat at the kitchen table, which is, I know, is pretty bad. I would like to get back into it. We used to be really good about it, but now that we have a coffee table, we honestly just eat in the living room at the coffee table because usually we're watching like Grey's Anatomy or something while we eat. I would like to get back into it, but this table serves no purpose now because of the fact we're not sitting in it. I'm honestly thinking about turning it into a vanity because I've been wanting it, and I used to use this table as a vanity back in one of my old apartments, so I'm honestly thinking about moving it into the bedroom. But I would like to get back into eating at the table and like making sure we don't have phones when we eat or any sort of distractions. So I think I'm going to keep it as a kitchen table for now, but if I see no purpose in having it out here anymore, I might be turning it into something else. And now I'm just vacuuming, and this vacuum I believe is a Bissell. I'll have a link to it down below. I think it's a cheap vacuum. This used to be Cody's vacuum in his apartment. I really want a cord-free vacuum. I think I would honestly vacuum so much more often than we do if I had a cord-free vacuum, because half the time I don't vacuum just because I don't want to take the time to like get it out and plug it in. So do you guys have a cord-free vacuum, and if so, what brand, and are they worth the money? So we're going to take a little break from cleaning because I'm getting a little bit hungry for lunch. I'm getting really tired already. I've only done the kitchen and the living room, but that has been enough for me for right now. So I am going to take a little bit of a break and get some lunch going. But before I get lunch going, I thought I would bake up some apple crisp because I have all the ingredients for it and we need something sweet in the house. So I have a bowl of apples that need to get used. These are either from Misfit Market, which is like an imperfect produce box, or they're from, I think, like Walmart or something. So I'm going to get these all peeled up and into this bowl. I'm not going to add a ton of sugar to the apples just because I'm going to be adding sugar to the top. So I'm going to do 1/4 cup of just white sugar. And we're going to dash in some cinnamon. If you like nutmeg, I like to add it. I think nutmeg is like such an underrated spice, especially when you're baking. And that's really it. I am going to add a little bit of water to this, like 1/4 cup, and then attempt to mix this. I might have to just get down and dirty with my hands. I didn't realize it. I guess I know I had quite a few apples, but I didn't realize I'd fill up this bowl with apple slices, but that's awesome. My 8x8 pan is in use right now, so I'm just going to use this pie plate. It's kind of cool thing about crisps, you can really make them in anything you want. Crisp, I'm going to be honest with you guys, it's something I don't really measure. I find that like the topping, I just eyeball it and I make it so it looks like a crumble topping and let it be. So in this bowl I have some cinnamon honey butter that I've got to use up, so I figured I'll use that as part of the butter for my topping. And I'm just adding the rest of this container of butter so I can get rid of it. And you can either make a crisp with cold butter, softened butter. I actually like to use melted butter. I find that it's the easiest to mix it. So I'm just going to microwave this. I would say this is about 1/2 cup of butter right here. While that is microwaving, I'm going to dump the rest of this bag of flour in here. So I got rid of that. These are old-fashioned oats. You can either use quick cooking oats, regular old-fashioned oats, just whatever you have on hand. This just happens to be what I have. So I think I'll do like, we'll start with that cup there and we'll go from there. And I have some light brown sugar. I want to use brown sugar on the topping just because I think it will give it better flavor. So I'm going to do about 1/2 cup. And then I'll go from there. Make a little more. Alright, do 3/4 cup. How about that? Again, I don't really measure this because, I don't know, I just have always felt like every time I've eyeballed it, it just turns out just fine. I also want to add a dash of salt to your topping just to bring out the sugar. And I have my melted / softened butter here. And then we're just going to stir it around. Crisp is like one of those desserts that as long as you have all the topping ingredients on hand, you can really make crisp just about out of any fruit. I mean, apples, maybe you have some frozen berries in your freezer you need to use up, some cherries, or really any fruit. I mean, I think the sky is the limit. Just this topping is just really the whole recipe. See, and as you can see, it turned into like a crumbly topping. So we're going to bring the apples back over. Going to, with my hands, just sprinkle it all over the apples. Alright, so that is our apple crisp. I'm going to put this in the oven at 350 for probably about 45 minutes, maybe even close to an hour, just so that way the apples are cooked and the topping gets nice and crisp. And yeah, we'll just go from there. So there is my little apple crisp. Okay, so I forgot to take a end picture of the apple crisp, but it did come out so good. We ate on that for a few days, and it was just so good with a little bit of Cool Whip. And the last thing I wanted to do on this day was tidy up the bedroom. Our bathroom really didn't need cleaning. Cody had just cleaned it the day before, so I didn't take the time to do that in this video. But basically what I just wanted to do in the bedroom is to make the bed, which I have to admit, Cody is so much better at making the bed. I feel like I half-ass it a lot. And my nightstand, I definitely wanted to work on because my nightstand becomes a catch-all. So like I have trash from like old birth control packs and scrunchies from taking it off in bed and things that just don't belong on my nightstand. So I wanted to clear it all off and then wipe it down because I knew that hadn't been done in a while. And then I just wanted to give it a quick vacuum. Honestly, we're pretty good about not wearing shoes throughout the house. We're pretty good about keeping them by the door, so it wasn't that bad. Hey guys, so that is everything for this clean with me. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys liked the little bonus bake with me, if you will, clip in the middle of it. Hopefully this gave you guys some good motivation to deep clean your house. Really, honestly, I did take like a couple of breaks, but if I had just did it like from start to finish, I bet it would have only taken me really like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. Even if you just make a little list of some things you want to get done, time yourself and see how fast you can get it done. I think that's called a power hour or something. But yeah, hopefully this video gave you some motivation. If you guys enjoyed this and want to see more clean with me videos, please don't forget to give this a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already. You can just go ahead and click that little red thing, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.